Some of you guys are spending way too much money on a hoodie. Look, this is a good hoodie, but there is no reason why it should cost over $200. I mean, I still bought it, but since I have this one, I was able to compare it to other ones that are pretty much the same, if not better, for less than $100. So here are the best ones. I want to start off with a brand that I feel like everybody sleeps on, and that is Codon. As soon as I walked in, I saw so many pieces that look good, and this entire brand is affordable. But of course, we're sticking to the one thing that we're all here for, the hoodie. Now they have plenty of blinks, but the one that caught my attention was this forest green graphic hoodie. Now I walked away from the store having spent $66 for one hoodie, which isn't terrible. I will say the main reason why I really like this is again, the color and the graphic. Now a hoodie isn't really something that's old money, but a design like this is as close to you can get as an old money hoodie. And this is definitely somewhat of a trend. I definitely see a lot of club-like apparel. I love the yacht club ones, run clubs, or even just social clubs. Now this doesn't necessarily say anything about a club, but it does give me those aesthetics. I personally am not the biggest fan of drawstrings, but if you want to take that off, that's something that I would recommend. The inside kind of feels like French terry. It is very soft, but again, I haven't really washed it too much, so I can't say for certain how well it's going to hold up, but I will say for the time being, this is probably one of the best hoodies that you could find for under $100, especially with a good design. I love my blinks, but switching it up from time to time is a good way to keep your outfits interesting and making sure that you're not getting bored with your style. Now, moving into the blinks, one of my absolute favorite hoodies year after year is this one from Abercrombie Fitch. This is their oversized pullover hoodie. They gained a lot of popularity a few years ago, and in my opinion, for the price, it's still one of the best hoodies that you could find. It's extremely soft. This one I have had for a while now, so I could surely say that this one holds up nicely. The color has not faded on me. I love the oversized fit, and I could still tuck in the waistband to make it look a little bit more cropped, so it still can be perfectly on trend. And for reference, I am 5'8", 170 pounds. This is a size medium, but I recently got a size large, and I actually love both sizes. I decided to experiment with a different size, and I do like oversized, and this size large is obviously a little bit more extra of an oversized, but it still doesn't fit me like a dress. It's still not too much. So this one is definitely one of my more comfortable ones just because I decided to size up. I love the faded color. It gives off a vintage design, which is still pretty on trend for this season. I will always speak highly about this brand, and therefore is one that I will recommend every single year. And yes, I have made this video a few times already, but this time I'm sticking to only the affordable hoodies, because again, as much as I love hoodies, after a certain point, it just gets ridiculous. So moving on to the next affordable hoodie, I went to look at PacSun. I gotta say, it's been a very long time since I shopped at PacSun, but walking into the store, they had a bunch of cool items. And aside from the fact that this video is all about hoodies, one of the first items that caught my attention anyway was their hoodie. The color is great. The fit is amazing. This one I did get a size medium. I did go true to size, but it still has a bit of an oversized feel. PacSun also has their own apparel, which is called Pacific Sunwear. And I've always liked it because it has a beach bum vibe to it. So I picked up this hoodie in the color brown. Again, earth tones, you just can't go wrong with it. And this is a great hoodie to have in your collection because it's a graphic hoodie, so it's slightly different. It's extremely soft, and this shade of brown just looks amazing. It's also pretty fitting because it says Los Angeles. I just moved here. And for the price, it's definitely a great pickup to have. Now, I haven't checked on their online stuff, but in store, they didn't have too much of a selection of the colors. This retails for $50, and because of the versatile color, it's just one of those hoodies that you could wear anywhere, and honestly, with a bunch of different stuff. I like going true to size, even with the boxy fit, just because it's still easy to layer with. Now, yes, so far, all the fits have been very similar, but I personally think that this is just the best looking hoodie. Again, I'm not into drawstrings. This one from PacSun doesn't come with drawstrings. It has a bit of a dropped shoulder, but because this has been a trend for such a long time now, this is almost generic at this point. So my all-time favorite hoodie brand has to be Ours. A hoodie from Ours retails for $65, and what I do like about this brand is they do have plenty of different options. The main one that I've been loving recently is their cropped hoodie. This is definitely the most on-trend look so far, and I think the cropped trend isn't going to die off anytime soon. So if you haven't tried it out, it's still a perfect time to get into it. It's a great way to switch up your outfits and try something new. And for somebody like me, who is unfortunately not over 6 foot, a crop look is a great way to still keep on the oversized look while making sure your proportions still look good. They also have a normal drop shoulder hoodie. This is the one that I've been wearing for years now. I will never get tired of this look. And the best part about Ours is they just have so many different colors. And in fact, I personally own a ton of different ones. So here are some of my favorites. I've always gravitated towards brown, so this espresso color just looks amazing. Their most recent drops is vintage midnight color and vintage burgundy, both of which look incredible, especially with hoodies. I love the vintage wash, and that's just something that Ours specializes on. And each color is available in cropped and in regular, but the colorway from Ours that I've been wearing the most since I've received it is this earth color. I just love browns. And right now that it's fall and winter, I stick to earth tones. And this brand has pretty much every single earth tone available and plenty more. So that's exactly why I always recommend this brand, that this is just one of the safest options to get when you're shopping for a hoodie. Now, if you're thinking that these hoodies just still don't go with my budget, the next option is probably the most affordable option I've ever seen, and that is Gap. Gap is definitely an underrated brand, and that's just because everybody overlooks it. They have great pieces, they've been around for a long time. I decided to finally pick up a hoodie from Gap, and this is the one that I went with. If you can't tell by now, I just absolutely love this color. I'll never get tired of it, so one more hoodie in this color wouldn't hurt. This one does retail for $60, but because it was on sale, and it probably still is right now, I ended up walking out with it for only $40. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of drawstrings, but for $40, it's hard to complain. It is very soft. The fit is pretty generic, I will say that, but if you're in need for a quick hoodie, and maybe it's a hoodie that you really won't care about, that you just want to wear pretty much anywhere, stay cozy, this is probably the best option. Now, as much as I like this hoodie, as much as I love the price, and as soft as it is, I'm okay with just having the one. Having felt this hoodie, it's probably not one that I'm gonna go out of my way and buy another, but I am happy with the purchase, again, mostly just because of the price. I also did see a few other colors, so that is something to keep in mind when shopping from this brand. And honestly, just like any other brand, I think you can find more deals shopping online, so everything is gonna be linked in the description or right here on YouTube Shopping. The next hoodie brand to look out for is from Hollister, which is honestly one of my favorite brands, just in terms of it being affordable and good quality for the price. This hoodie is available in so many different colors, and again, for the price, I personally would pick up multiple of these. Now, it is very similar to Abercrombie because they are owned by the same company, but Abercrombie is marketed as an oversized look, while Hollister is marketed as a boxy fit. The absolute slightest differences, but for the price, this is definitely one of the best hoodies you could find. Now, I don't know what they did to this hoodie, but this one is probably one of the softest ones on the list, so I'm perfectly fine with just lounging around with this or going out while still looking good. I also decided to size up with this one. I usually go size medium, but this one is a size large, and I'm perfectly fine with it. It's not too big. It keeps me insanely comfortable, very cozy, so it's definitely a hoodie that I'm very excited to wear more of. And I'm definitely gonna be looking at different colors because they have so many on the website, and they're at least worth checking out. And I mentioned graphic tees earlier. Hollister also has a bunch of different ones from car companies, classic, and modern. I think these look great. They're also really known for this collaboration with Formula One, so if you're into that, they're 100% worth checking out. The next hoodie that you should try is this one from Lwood. Now, Lwood is definitely gaining more and more popularity, and I think for good reason. It's still very slept on, but everything from Lwood has always been high quality, and I always get compliments with it. This one I've had for well over a year. It's been holding up nicely, and in fact, that's something that they're known for. High quality without breaking the bank. Everything comes pre-washed, so if you love the fit, you don't really have to worry about it changing. This is also in that crop look, so if you want to stay on trend, this one's a good option. I got mine in a vintage blue, but again, plenty of different colors on the website, a lot of which are very worth checking out. I truly think Lwood just deserves so much more love, so if you're looking for a new brand, I think this one is a perfect option. That being said, I don't really think it matters where you get your hoodies. All of them are very similar. I would just go with one that holds up nicely. If you're like me, you can get one from a bunch of different brands, see whichever ones you like the most, and whatever ones you end up wearing the most, just get more of those in different colors. But of course, have a drop shoulder one, have a cropped one, and get a graphic one. That way, you always have something to wear and something that's going to keep you cozy. That being said, I'm really excited to wear this in the fall, and if you want to see everything that you need this season, here's the video that's going to show you exactly that.